repeatedly mentioned, the National Quality Council will be appointed very soon. That will be an overarching body to ensure, because now the regulatory things are scattered under several ministries. So we need a more overarching system, organization to ensure that these things are managed properly. So National Quality Council to be appointed. One way to look at that is uh, to give some teeth to that council. If it is just an advisory body, nothing will happen. So one way is to have an act of parliament, then they have some power, the council, so that they can get something done. That is one way of looking at it. So tomorrow, I think the honourable minister and the secretary will be meeting the committees to advise them how we should proceed. So that is one, is to give some power to the National Quality Council. Once that comes, then in that they can give a power so that RIA may be, as mentioned by RIA, product is a mandatory thing. We have to do RIA before the regulation is gazetted. So then they can, if they have the power, then they can do so that before any regulation comes, the RIA should be done. So not only for new regulation, even the existing regulation, it's been mentioned, it has to be reviewed periodically. Maybe once in 5 years, once in 10 years, existing regulation will be reviewed and ensure whether it's worth continuing or whether we repeal the regulation. That is one way of looking at it. And also to guide the ministries. The several institutions are involved in the regulatory process. So in other countries, I know that we have these management systems like quality management system, the ISO 9000, environmental management system ISO 14000, the food safety management system. There are ISO standards of management system. So increasingly now people are talking about bringing management system for regulation. So regulatory management system. I think New Zealand is having one. OECD having some guidelines. So maybe it will be useful for NQC to consider come out with a guideline in the form of a regulatory management system. So that will give some sort of a guideline to all the institutions, the ministries who are supposed to do this RIA. That will give definitely everyone that follow the same pathway. Either you can start as a voluntary thing to use this RMS guideline before doing RIA, or you make it mandatory. As the chairman said, it's up to the organization. So if it is voluntary, that's the best. But if they are not following, make it mandatory. So NQC will have supposed to have the power to do that. So that way, all the institutions follow similar guidelines and can be done. So hopefully, maybe by I think our one minister played this year, they should be in a better position to tell the status of NQC. Maybe within a month or two, you will know when this NQC will be established.
Okay, thank you, Dr. I'm not sure if they 1 month or two. I mean, I have heard about NQC, but I have seen a very good progress in the last month, so I have hope that this can continue. And I hope also that somehow RIA becomes part of the regulatory process here. And so far, my last question, maybe we'll have just one question for the audience, but before we go to the audience, Mr. Juan, if I may ask you,